Okay, so I just came outside for a few. I'm about to talk to the people. Just a quick sec. So, oh yeah, I will let y'all see my little fit. This is the purple one. Yes, I was eating something, so I didn't spill something on my shirt. Like a sloppy person. But, anyway, that's not what I'm here for. I don't want to take on no spirit of vanity. I'm trying to show off the clothes I got on. Just because these clothes have just made me feel a bit better about myself. You know, I feel good about myself anyway. It don't really matter what I be having on. Because I just don't feel that I'm trashy. Sometimes a little sloppy, but trashy, no. Or something to be discarded or anything. So, yeah. Anyway, it's 8 p.m. Yes, I do got my sunglasses on. Even though the sun ain't shining. The moon is actually out. Let's see if y'all could. There it go. But, and I tried to put this flashlight on, but. So I just came out here. And yes, I did bring something just in case I got cold because it's only 61 degrees and this weather been tricky. So I brought my little army fatigue cardigan. So anyway, let's see the news of the destruction from the tornado that hit, what is it? Rolling? something Mississippi and Alabama and Georgia as of today. But Wednesday night, I was watching. Should I call her name or should I just say T? I was watching. She's now basically an influencer. I say a YouTuber, but she's on YouTube. But she's an influencer in a certain type of way, in a specific type of way. I was watching her. Was I cooking? No, I was washing my dishes, having problems under my sink and stuff like that. So the water came gushing out. So in the midst of me watching that or whatever, I went back in, I'm trying to clean it up. So I go back in the kitchen and I step onto this new like rug carpet piece that I had bought, and I ended up slipping and basically doing a split and split to the point where my legs went, I'm doing it upside down, but they went like this if they were on the ground. And then of course, let's just say that this is my knee bent in a way that it wasn't supposed to bend. at the joint of my knee, and it wasn't the front kneecap. It wasn't the front of my knee. It was my right. It's my right leg. So it's the right side of my knee. So, and it bent outward. It didn't break, but I heard it probably did a little creaking and moaning. And yeah, and I went down. I went down, baby. Down goes Frazier, honey. And I was hurt. I ain't cry or nothing like that, but I did scream and howl out like, my older son, he said that I screamed out, no. And I guess I told him, I was like, I'm probably telling the devil no. My spirit knew. I didn't necessarily know. I just remember me falling and so unconscious of knowing that I fell and hit the ground and all that, and I couldn't hold myself up. And I felt too because I gained so much weight up here. I'm a little more top heavy, stomach, abdomen, all that other stuff that don't need to be top heavy. And so I'm bearing that weight and stuff like that, and that's what ultimately made it go like that, because I could have put my hands down and broke the fall and stuff, but something it didn't work like that. So I'm down on the ground. He said, I hollered out, no. I said, I had to been talking to the devil. But they came and they checked on me, stuff like that. Of course, thinking I'm going to have to go to the hospital, all this other stuff. And just really pretty much knowing I got to go to the emergency room because I had never had nothing like this happen before. And I was hoping it wasn't broken. But I knew when it happened, I could not move it. Like, I literally was like the people in the scary movies. When a monster is after them and they fall and they, for whatever reason, don't be seeming like they broke anything or anything like that, maybe even sprained, and they cannot, and they start going slow. But I literally was like that. I was like, dang, now I see what it feels like if somebody was after me. Thank God nobody was after me, but, well, the enemy always trying. But, Whew, I'm like, baby, I would have been like one of them, about good as gone at that point. So that happened, like I said, in the midst of me watching The Influencer. I'm gonna just call her TT. Those that know will know, but you know, um, and then I remember while I was in pain, I was telling my son, I said, turn it off. I couldn't even listen to her voice no more. I was tired. She was still talking, but I was like, turn it off. I can't hear that. And I never got to finish the rest of the interview, what she was doing and stuff like that. I might go back and see. I don't know. Um, like I said, that was Wednesday. Here we are. This is Sunday. So that was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, basically Sunday. So it's been 4 days that I've been trying to live and thrive like this. I actually did get up last. I actually got up and took a shower today. But I actually got up last night and I still had to sit down a little bit. But I cooked. Did I cook? Yeah, I fried the chicken for the boys and for me and the boys and stuff. I was like, what did I cook? Fried the chicken. Did I do something? I feel like I did something else. But anyway. And it just feels like just yesterday that I literally was able to walk. So anyways, to make the long story short, I'm laying in bed today, and I'm now watching the influencer's daughter on there. She's an influencer as well, but I'm watching her daughter, and I just looked at their relationship and stuff like that because it seems like it's a strain between the mom and the daughter relationship. But at the same time, sometimes it just seems like it's nothing. It's just either the appearance of it or just, you know, it is what it is and it ain't what it ain't. But it seems like it's a strain. And of course, with me and my daughter, I always think about my daughter every day and, hope that there's no strain or anything like that. But I know I have to allow things to happen how they're going to happen regarding that. And it has less to do with me and my daughter. It has more to do with God getting the glory, which is amazing. Oh yeah, my son said he thought he seen a helicopter today with a gun on it. I'm like, boy, I don't know if you be watching too many videos or what, but that's what he said. I was like, okay, you could have been right, because I didn't look at it, but yeah, I looked at their mother-daughter relationship, and and I felt that. I won't say the mother's pain, because I try not to be feeling nobody's pain, and I don't be trying to empathize with nobody. I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you. I don't be trying to. I don't want to feel what you're feeling because I've already felt what I was feeling, and I don't feel like nobody else was feeling that at the same time. They wasn't enduring and going through, and I know what it feels like, emotional or whatever the case may be. Usually, it's emotional pain, mental anguish, stuff like that, spiritual stretching, and things like that. It don't usually be the physical, but this was a physical thing. And I'm just looking back on the way that I was like, I told my son, turn that off because I didn't want to hear her voice anymore. And then today, 4 days later, I'm basically around the same time, yeah, about exactly 4 days later. So what, 24, 48, 24, 48 was the next, 60 and 72. So basically, no, that's three. Hold on, 24, 48. I'm counting by 12 instead of 24. 24, uh, 48. And then whatever. Oh, the next is 72, and then whatever. Anyway, you get my drift. So now it's just days later, and I'm watching that, and she's doing something amazing. She's getting something demonic removed from her body, and again, if you know, you know. But and she said it didn't mean that to her. She didn't think it meant that when she got it, but you know. But you just get to see her process of her eliminating, and ooh, it was a prayer on there, it was a message on there that said, I'm sending it back to who this belongs to. And I'm like, yeah, I came in that moment, I just came into agreement. I'm like, yeah, send that right on back. And I started praying my prayer language. And in that moment, God started moving on my leg. I felt a tingling sensation and stuff like that. And 5 minutes before, I was trying to lift my leg a little and like do the little, let's just say you doing it. Well, y'all can't see me now. But I was doing my legs like this, trying to, make the V or the Y. And 5 minutes before I couldn't lift my legs like that. And especially that fast too. If I could do it, it would take a while for me to lift it, but I started back being able to lift it at the normal, usual pace almost. And I felt the tingling sensation as I was agreeing with that sending that stuff back to the enemy, sending those attacks, sending those, whatever it is that the enemy tried to send out, send it right back, basically backfire. And let it backfire on him, backfire and back in his and then honestly, whoever is being used by the enemy to send out attack. Because that's the other thing. When it happened to me the other day, I had that dream. I talked on another video about the dream that I would be down on. Ooh, the heck? Make sure ain't no. My flashlight not working. But I had a dream that I would be down on the ground and stuff like that. Make sure ain't no little critters out here. But yeah, I had a dream that I would be down on the ground. So that was God already speaking to me and just indicating, okay, something's taking place. But a lot of times when I have those dreams and it look like the enemy is winning, God lets me know that, he's not prevailing. And I don't come into agreement with that. But lo and behold, this happened. So it was like a full-on attack. What I did do is bring my other device out here, though. Yeah, it's like a full-on attack. I can't see over there. Yeah, it was a full-on attack sent out by whoever, whatever. I had no indications. I had no indication of who. Because at this point, I just it could be anybody. A lot of people who just feel like they don't like me or whatever the case may be, and that's on them. I don't really be pressed about it. I'm sorry, I keep stopping because you hear a noise, you gotta check. But, yeah, I had no indication of who. I didn't really care. This was I ain't worrying about it. I kept on living, and yeah, lo and behold, I end up on the ground. So, of course, fast forward to today when I'm in agreement with her removing that stuff from her body and sending that back to the enemy. And she said, it said the owner. Yeah, you own this thing, you have it. Like, how'd it get sent my way anyway? But, and then now I got that tingling sensation. It was like fire, it's like fire, but not a burning fire. It was a tingling sensation, and you could tell that something is healing. Kind of like when peroxide or even alcohol, but peroxide starts fizzing up and it's healing your wounds. So that's what I got from it. And it felt good. And I immediately just went into prayer, praying in my prayer language and just thanking God. Then I got excited because then I started lifting my legs and I was like, called my boys, y'all come here, because they're the ones who seen this happen and occur with me. And then now, I want them to see my healing as well. And they were amazed as well. And I just started kind of tearing up and I was like, yeah, let God work in your life. I mean, I don't never I try not to deviate from that, especially with my children, but don't deviate from that at all. And the girl had mentioned too that her mom taught her to be um, a lady and to pray and stuff like that. And I thought that was amazing. And that's one thing I want my daughter to definitely remember and recall quickly. You know, it's not even about me teaching her to pray, but I prayed with them, I prayed for them, I prayed over them, and I encouraged them to pray. I can't make them. You know, you bring a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. Shoot, my my previously known so-called mom, she brought a horse to water and couldn't make me drink, but I was like, oh, I'm drinking, baby. You know, you want to learn something from your parents and stuff like that. And that's another thing. I had a dream with my previously known. I said I was gonna stop saying it like that. It's PKSCM. And I gotta say it like that until God changes. You know, until or if God changes my tongue from saying it like that. But yeah, I went to saying biological. The female that biologically gave birth to me, carried me, and stuff like that. But yeah, but anyway, I had to drink with her in it. She was to my left side. We was at a table getting something to eat or something like that, and then um, at a table getting something to eat, and then trying to think what else. But she was to the left of me, or like she would be behind me in line. I was in front of her, if that's what it was, as we were going getting the stuff, and I don't know what that indicates. I just know that for me, you know, I don't put my kids on the front line of danger, but yeah, I would let my kids go ahead of me if it means their safety. If somebody's behind us, I'm not running in front of my kids to try to, you know, I'm protecting them. I'm shielding them from the back. And so, you know, I just don't feel like I feel like I've had it at times, but not fully. I had it, I feel like sometimes I feel like definitely barely from my previously known so-called dad, but every now and then or every once in a while from my previously known so-called mom, yeah, I got that, but I just didn't never feel the fullness. And, you know, sometimes just outright more, less protecting me and more kind of trying to throw me out there or whatever. But I don't know what all it indicates. I just know I got excited about my healing and stuff like that and was so grateful because look at God. God gets the glory. I felt that tingling sensation and more. I can't even describe fully, but it felt amazing. It was just power. It was power just moving on my leg. And in that moment, I just started lifting my leg up. And I can, you know, I still got the brace and stuff. Things still got to, nerves and all that still got to heal. And I don't know if it'll ever go back to the same way. But I had whatever was trying to plague me, whether it plagued me even further, it had to go. It had to be returned to the owner or the sender. The owner, the one who really, I guess, is supposed to possess that and have that going on in their life, not over here. That's another thing. It was something that I don't believe it was for me, but it got sent some type of way. So right on back, and then it got something to do with again my address. And here lately, I've been having my address. Of course, when I do DoorDash or whatever, they got my address. Then of course, the report and stuff that I made the other day. You know, this I know the person actually looked at my house and stuff like that on Google Maps, and so it could be that. And that person probably felt like, oh, I did something for them. They gonna have to go through. I don't know. I don't know if that's the truth or not. I don't know what it is, but God knows. But I just stepped outside for a little while, and I'm going back in. But I wanted to also use my little push lawnmower and try to get some of this other grass down before it starts to growing high. So I don't know. I might do it tonight. I might not. I just wanted to come out here and get some of the sunlight. It's got dark now, of course, but the last little bit of sunlight. Just get a little bit of outside time. I just felt so good. I just wanted to come outside and just continue to give God the glory and remind people, baby, keep God first. Like He's never second to any. Let Him have His way. Let Him do what He's doing. Even with that tornado and stuff going on, and it was destruction that happened. The type of weather comes from God. So he's in control of that. He knows what path it's going to take and everything, and he knows who's going to be in the way of that path, or whatever the case may be. So, but oh, and the other thing I did learn, I think um I guess you could use eucalyptus, but like Vicks Vapor Rub and stuff, somebody said is best like when you have a cough and cold and stuff like that. Put it on your feet, rub it on your feet, and then from there it'll trigger a lot of other nerves. Like you can honestly open some Vicks Vapor Rub and it'll start decongesting you. But put it on your feet and it'll trigger some nerves and things that'll go all the way up to the brain, starting from your feet. And that's good because it gets your whole body. That's kind of like the healing power that it gave me too with the Vicks Vapor Rub. And I actually have like a menthol type patch on my knee and stuff like that, and it's strong too. But when I'm telling you, none of this compares to that healing that I felt on my knee and around not just my knee, it was like the whole part of my leg that needs healing. See, God knows every area. He knows every area of my knee that needs the healing touch and more so. But yeah, but anyway, I'm about to go back in the house. For one, my boys need to take showers anyway and get their stuff get together for this upcoming school week. But yeah, so we getting on into the end of March, about to come into April. Not one of my favorite months by far, but I'm thankful anyway for every day. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. It was just amazing. Like I got up and started walking around the house and everything. I was walking faster and all of that. And then when I'm laying there anyway, trying to get my healing, my leg tries to like stiffen up or like try to get stuck in that position. So I'm like, nah. God want me to continue walking and walking this thing out. He empowers me. He gives me the ability, so I'm good on it. Cause like something didn't want me to keep walking and all type of stuff, and even walking right, even righteously, it being my right leg, like it speaks volumes, or it speaks to a lot of things as far as that happening. But God has the first and final say. The devil don't. It don't matter. It don't matter what you know what I'm saying, what his plans are. They don't prevail. But yeah. So I said I was about to go and push lawnmower this thing, but I just feel like it's a little too dark. Even though I got a street light over there I could probably see, but I don't even feel like doing it. Main reason was to get up and come out here and make a video and just speak about what God is doing. That healing power is amazing. There's nothing that compares to it. Everything pales in comparison to his healing power, his power, period. But and just knowing he's on the throne, I'm glad that person, that influencer and stuff, is getting her healing. It's been turning her life around. She actually got baptized last year, she said, on her birthday, and it was a public thing, and I didn't know what to think of it at first. I'm like, I don't know what you got going on. But that's the thing. It's not for me to know or think. It's for me to definitely act when God move on me to act. And in that moment, I was in agreement with that message that was being put out as far as sending stuff back to the enemy. Because no, we're not going out bad. We're not going out sad. 2023, not going out bad, not going out sad. Not trying to go out no time soon, but just not going out bad nor sad. Neither one or none. And that's the thing. It's not meant for me to go out bad or sad at all. I'm not saying it's meant for somebody else, but because I feel like that's the life they chose, that's the thought process, and God can deliver them as well. But a lot of times, some people just do not want to turn from that, and you have to be empowered by God's Spirit to do that. So there's nothing, it's nothing else that can help make you do that besides His power, His deliverance power, ooh, His saving power. But yeah, so that's mainly it. I mean, there's more to it, but yeah. Let me look at the front. You know what's going on in the front yard. But my camera know though. All right.